Hey everybody, it is Thursday night. Time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts, and with me, almost as always, is Debbie. Debbie J. What's Debbie J?
That my middle initial.
I've never seen you do that before.
I know. I thought, let's be different.
I like it though. I like it. Debbie J. Let me see your shirt, Debbie J.
It was my actress name back in the day. My child.
Let me see your child. It's pretty awesome.
I'm a child.
All right. Well, it's good to see everybody. Sorry we missed you last week. As you know, I had put up a graphic that our new adventure starts soon, and then it all fell apart.
What?
Yeah, when we can talk about, we will. It's still happening. It just got interrupted again.
Always something.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so that'll be for a later date. But for now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. All right, our guest this week is Kelley Hopper. How are you, Kelley?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. All right. If you saw the post for the show or the teaser, Kelley's here for a few reasons. She has so much good content in her information they sent us. But we are going to talk about how many fakes are out in the world in terms of products. And the tease I gave earlier was, what's the one thing that you regretted the second you bought it, but then when you sold it, it was pretty epic, because none will be more epic than Kelley's story. Now, at the top of the show, I match up a rum and a mug with the guest. And Kelley said her and her husband love buying old things. So when you see XO on a rum bottle, that stands for extra old. So I figured there'd be no better rum than extra old Mount Gay. If you like rum, if you have a tiki bar in your house, I'm talking to you, Aaron and Matthew, Mount Gay Extra Old is one of the tastiest rums out there. I would definitely pick it up. Now, how did I match my mug up tonight? Well, here is my mug. It is called the Rotting Skin Mug. It's got a movable mouth made by Monk Tiki. And I gave Deb a preview to get her the brain start working. Why is this mug to go with Kelley tonight?
I can't. What, Bill? I thought my husband figured it out. I have no idea, because I cannot find anything in all these notes that would give me a clue.
Yes, Kelley does not have rotting flesh that I know of.
No.
And none of us do that I know of. She doesn't sell rotting flesh in the pawn store.
Oh, no, it's definitely not a fake.
I don't know. You stumped me.
So where does Kelley do some of her work?
At the pawn store?
And
you bought that in a pawn store?
Just the opposite.
I don't get it.
If I didn't buy it,
You stole it?
Did you not see me on Pawn Star sell one of these?
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, that's apparent. So yes, I sold one of these mugs on Pawn Star. So I figured, what better mug tonight than one that's been featured on a pawn shop show?
How did I miss? I've seen them all over and over. I mean, I remember the colorful round lamp.
Boom, Angelique got it. Yep, sold to Pawn Stars. Absolutely.
Oh, I was looking for something way worse than that, like something in a grave.
that tells me Debbie never watched my episodes. All right.
Yeah, I do. We all have them all recorded still.
I like how some of the guesses were I stole it. Well, how would that match up to Kelley? Is Kelley an international feat that we don't know about?
I would gander to say that maybe some of the stuff that comes through her doors has been stolen.
Yes, but we're not talking about Kelley stealing anything. All right, Kelley, sit back and relax, and we'll see you in a little bit. Oh, what do you got tonight?
I don't know. What do I have?
It's rather new, and I don't know.
I fell in love with it. I told Bill.
I don't know who made it. I know it's new.
It's made by Tiki Farms.
Yeah, but I can't remember who designed it, though. So,
well, it looks like Jinko. I don't know. But I have it. Oh, I didn't realize I matched his eyes to my book.
Kelley, do you have a tiki mug tonight?
I don't have a tiki mug. I have a terrible wine that I'm drinking out of a Lalique crystal angel glass.
Does it make it taste better?
Yes.
Is that wine with ice in it too?
Yeah, well.
All right. This may be the most epic 3 glass night ever.
When I come to see you in Reno pretty soon, I'm going to bring you a bottle from Napa, okay?
Oh, thank
I'll
you.
find out what's a good wine. I'll
Yeah,
bring
this
the bottle.
unfortunately is pomegranate Chaucer's wine, but it's the only thing I could reach.
All right. I love it. All right, sit back, relax. We'll see you in a little bit. And cheers, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you all. Missed you last week.
Yes.
And let's get right to the fun and shenanigans. And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting.
Whoop. Okay. Isn't this cool? I mean, where's the Olympics this year or this summer or whatever? Tokyo. And this shirt's from 1964 Tokyo. And when we sold it for the $24.99, we paid 2 piggy quarters for it.
And 2 quarters.
Yes, and we've had it listed for a while. And I thought, oh no, I bet that would be worth a whole lot more. But I looked, and there's a whole bunch more of them that are way less than ours. So we did okay with that shirt. I thought it was really cool.
I like it.
Books, we always sell books. These sold for $99.99 and paid $10 for the set. So we always look for the Time Life books because they have all different types of sets of books. They're heavy, but went in 2 boxes.
I would say that's a lot of book there.
And they were qualified medium mail, Brian. Brian at Discounters. Those were medium mail. Okay, and then this Tommy Bahama shirt. We paid $9. I usually don't spend that much, but I thought it was really cool. It's, slot machines with fish on it. And we accepted a best offer of $80.
Nice. Nice picture. Corner to corner. Fill that picture up. I love it.
Bill's a good student. He listens to you. Yep, we sold it for $34.99, paid $2, and it was listed for 2 years. And I was thinking, I don't think people were buying bats last year during COVID, because everything was kind of shut down. And
nice job. All right. How about a Budweiser sheet? I wish I found more than just the bottom, but I still got $36 for it. Got it for $2.99 at Savers.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, I thought this would sell for more. If I would have been a medium, but I haven't been a medium since I was in the 2nd grade, I would have kept this shirt for sure. Vintage cowboy shirt with a pink unicorn and a fairy, because that's what you think of when you think of cowboy shirts. I mean, just how badass is this? But I still got $40 for it. Good amount of money because I paid $7.
Nice.
All right, you know how I love to talk about my guitar tab books. I bought this Anthrax one for $2.99. The customer said, "Is it in good shape?" I sent him some pictures. He bought it right away for $99.
Oh, I never find any like that.
I can sell books too.
I know you do. And you even find those at record stores.
Yeah, and I love when I can share with books when you're co-hosting because you're the book queen. So I love when I'm like, I can sell a book too with you.
That's a great price.
Now, if you're in the Cedar Beach, we did a webinar last month about cleaning out your junk drawers because you don't realize, or was it 2 months ago, how much money is in your junk drawer. These were sunglasses that I haven't worn 10 years maybe. They've been sitting in a junk drawer, got them out, got them on eBay, sold in like 2 days for $100.
Nice.
Sitting in a junk drawer for 10 years.
And that's a cool, the way you put them on the mannequin like that. That's real.
Yeah. My teenager did a good job.
It's eye-catching, get it?
Yep. Oh, I like it. I like it. And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. All right. I know you don't know what that is by the cover, but that's the Best of Oingo Boingo and Dead Man's Party, Weird Science. $4 I paid, and it sold for $17 on Amazon. I had a couple other cassettes this week, but they're all in the $10 range, so nothing.
So they are still selling. That's good.
Oh yeah, nothing super duper exciting. However, okay, I want to throw in a bonus record. I'm gonna show you a better one in a second. But the artist name is Randy California, and I just wanted to share this because I just happened to notice the customer who bought its name was Randy.
Oh,
now Randy California is dead, so it wasn't him. But I'm like, how cool! Someone named Randy is buying a Randy California record. So
I wonder if that's his real last name, or was that?
No, he changed it. His real last name was Smith or Jones or something boring.
Oh.
All right. So Jethro Tull, a record box set. We haven't talked about record box sets in quite a while. Picked this up for $2 or $3, and I sold it for $75. So keep your eyes peeled for box sets. They'll obviously be bigger and thicker when you're leafing through the records, especially at the thrift store. And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. All right, so I'm going to show you an extra CD today, and I still had to cut a bunch out. In the 2 weeks that, since I've last been on, man, they have been flying off the shelves for big prices. Here is the cheapest one I'm going to show you. This is Janet Jackson All Right promo CD single remixes of the one song. Sold in less than 3 hours of being listed for $78. And you can see it sold in euros. So sold directly on one of the European eBays. All right, 3 times dope. As you can see by the sticker, I picked it up at Savers for $1.99, but I had 20% off, so it was $1.60, and it sold for $90 on Amazon. So I show you when I buy them at the record store, but I also show you when I buy them at the thrift store.
Oh yeah, they are out there.
All right, this was at a record store in Milwaukee. I paid $11 whole, listed it for about a week or two. This is the Trading Places soundtrack, the score by Elmer Bernstein. Sold for $93.
Wow.
This is the soundtrack to Stargate, The Ark of Truth. I did pay $30 for it, had it on Amazon for 3 years, moved it to eBay, sold in 3 days for $100.
Yay, eBay.
You just got to find the right set of eyes.
And they got to find your item too.
And then one last soundtrack, Soil and Green. I paid $20 at a record store. I think that was from Denver or Atlanta, but it sold for $100. I mean, pretty much $100 is my going rate for good CDs the last couple of weeks. And I even cut out a few, which you might see next week, because it's just insane how many good CDs are flying off the shelves.
So someone can take your CD course and make the car payment every month by selling CDs.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, my CD course is less than the cost of that is less than one of these CDs.
Oh, I know.
One of them is paid it, and then you've still got all that extra information.
Yeah, make your car payment or some extra spending money.
Hell,
did you get mine?
You got a CD?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not.
Wow, I'm hurt. I'm waiting. I
went through everything. I don't remember even seeing a CD. So
put it under music.
Hold on. Hold, please.
Okay.
Co-host Debbie.
I was so excited too.
Oh, yeah. I never saw that reply. I see it now. Hold, please.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that, because I didn't even.
I know.
Somehow that just drifted right on by.
It's such a big sale. Okay. We sold this 3 Dropkick Murphys for $19.99 for
$1.50.
Paid $1.50 for all 3, 50 cents each. So yeah, we put 3 of them together and sold them for $19.99.
We just bought Dropkick Murphy and Rancid concert tickets. Yoo-hoo.
Nice. Is that who I watch every St. Patrick's Day on the stream?
Either them or Flogging Molly. They both play on St. Patrick's Day.
I can't remember who it is.
All right. Not everything can be good, though. And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours.
Okay, this little book, we had it listed for $16. Somebody bought it and then canceled and changed their mind. So it sat around. So we accepted a best offer the other day of $8. And guess what year it was listed?
Yeah, little graphics from Deb.
2017 has been a really good year for us lately.
And is this one going to say 2016?
No, I paid $3 for this. I think I got it at the elephant sale in the Bay Area in Oakland. But anyway, it finally sold for $10. And yeah, you guessed it. It was listed in 2017. So
good to see everyone who's picked up my courses. You can go to jasonThrifts.com. And yeah, no one's going to have what's in my head. And that's from collecting music and being part of going to live music since about 1977. So that part I cannot replicate. But what I can replicate and give you the information is how to figure out what you're looking at, how to determine if it's a good buy, how to sell it, what to look for, list, the whole work. So I cannot give you my brain, but I can give you the information that you can then kind of teach yourself.
Plus, you can scan them. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. Time consuming, but it's very exciting when you scan and stuff pops up. However, make sure the CD's in there. I scanned a $50 one day and I was so excited, but there was no CD in it.
Oh, yeah. I sent a teenager off to take pictures and she comes back with a case open and she goes, "Where's the CD?" I'm like, throw that away. Okay. I made a couple bucks on this. I think I only paid 5 or 6. The problem was, I feel like Debbie, I didn't keep track, but this might have been a 2017 one that has bounced around forever.
Yeah, I wonder if everything that Tokyo and Japan is selling because of the Olympics.
You know, that could be. I wasn't even thinking of that. Okay, this is not how it's supposed to work when you buy Tiki mugs to flip. I sold it for 30. I paid 32 for it.
Uh-oh.
The day I bought it, that time, it was selling for a lot more. I bought a couple. I sold the first one for a good amount of money. And then this one got pushed to the back of a shelf. And I didn't see it till recently. And now the price had tanked. And it's very rare. This might be the only instance I lost money on a Tiki mug. That just never happens, but it can. And that's why we show our duds, because everyone makes mistakes and you still learn and grow from your mistakes. I don't care if you're the brand newest seller here watching the show or me, been doing it for 22 years. You still make mistakes and you learn from them and you move on.
Oh, yeah. I bought this great big quilting thing. I was so excited and I got it home and it was missing parts. Like, oh, forget it.
And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers.
Oh, righty. This went to Melbourne, and we had it listed at 90, and I had different people wanted it on Mercari and different things and I couldn't figure out how to do a listing, an offer to one person on Mercari without everybody getting. So it sold, which accepted a best offer $60 on eBay. And the best part is it was free. We have a friend that checks when he goes out. He looks for metal because he's a welder and he does really cool artistic work, but he knows what we're looking for. And he comes walking in the door all the time with all this stuff. Like, wow.
Nice. I want to say hi to Annette. Annette was the one who started our news segment, which you'll see again today. Our feedback of the week. She bought the Pelican Tiki mug for me and left a wonderful feedback, gave it to her dad as a present. So thanks, Annette. Good to see you in the chat. I do appreciate you. Okay, now this wasn't my biggest or best international sale, but I am such a nerd. I like when things go home. So if you don't know, Cirque du Soleil is based out of Canada. And so this program for this show, Verikai, is going to Halifax. So I'm a nerd for like when Hawaiian shirts go to Hawaii and when Cirque du Soleil stuff goes to Canada, I'm like, yay. And my 2 assistants just look at me like, what an idiot.
How much did you sell that for?
$15. I got it for $3 at Savers.
Oh, good. You're on the good side of the money then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I just thought it was fun.
That's
And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping. Yes, I'm very much a nerd in that way, Elisa. Very much a nerd.
I was waiting because I forgot what my shipping tip was. I was like, whoops, I don't know what I did. Okay.
Christine, who's from Canada, she's like, yay, Halifax.
Yay. Other people may know this, but I didn't know it. First class international packages, we can go up to 4 pounds, but it cannot go over $400. My husband tried to ship something that was like $450. First class international, nope, it has to go priority. And we had no clue about that. So now when he's selling comics for my brother, he has to make sure, well, I think this one's going to sell for about this price. So he can't offer first class international for those, or we just have to pay the difference and eat it. So it's just a good thing to know. It seems kind of crazy, but international can go up to 4 pounds. So it's very likely you can have something that's 3.5 pounds at $400 or more. So just know that it has to go priority. And that's a USPS thing.
I did not know that. See the things you learn on Thrifty Business?
Yeah, I didn't know it either.
All right. There is a big winner in this Tiki mug collection that I bought for a whopping $10. And I'm actually a little mad. The dollar bill was not in the box. But I shot the video today. You will see it this weekend. So when you see a video pop up of mine, check it out. It's my newest Tiki mug unboxing. See this mug right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do so well.
Oh, ouch.
So I'm going to give you all the reasons why this box And this packing material is no. So keep your eyes peeled when you see Jason Smith has dropped a new video on YouTube this weekend. It'll be like a 4-minute video of me unboxing this lot, and I'll explain what the rare mug is in this lot and why it's rare and why it's cool.
Wow.
So stay tuned.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it is. It's sad when tiki mugs go to heaven.
Well, you can glue it. You can glue it.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
Okay, have you ever been in a thrift store or garage sale where you see a crusty old white box with not even anything on it? This one says what it is. But I was in a thrift store in Tacoma when we were visiting, and there was just this box in the toy section, had no writing. I pulled it out, I opened it up, and it was all these little all those little pieces in the back. They're figureals. So there were apples and trees and all different kinds of shapes and things. So it was a vintage wooden puzzle, and mine even had that little piece of paper that's showing, this isn't mine, I found it on eBay, but mine even had that little piece of paper where the person's name had checked the puzzle and everything from like the 40s. And I think it was 150 pieces. So I think we sold it for about $120. We actually put it together. We had no picture to go by. And our friends had a glass table, so I got underneath the table to see what it looked like, to see if I could see, what was going on, if the shapes were all there. So anyway, don't pass up those old boxes. It had no writing on it at all, just a plain white box. So
it's sitting there for a reason. Figure out what the reason is.
Oh yeah, and what's in it. And sometimes it honestly is just an empty, white, dirty box. But sometimes there's something in it. And most people, I think, when they're thrifting, they don't care because they're going quick, or they just don't notice this little lonely white box. So, or it can be any color. So make sure that you just open boxes and open things and see what's in there, because you never know.
All right, show of hands. Who has sourced on OfferUp lately?
I forget about OfferUp.
That's why I'm talking about it. Now, this is not a new tip, sourcing on the apps, but I'm thinking, in all the talk of Facebook Marketplace, because we all love that, I think OfferUp kind of got hidden. And so I'm like, all right, who has sourced on OfferUp lately? Because look what I picked up. I picked up all these cassettes, and look how long it was been on OfferUp. A 56 heavy metal cassettes for $112, so $2 a piece, has sat on OfferUp for a week and a day, and not one person even contacted the guy. Yeah, you guys don't have it in Canada, so
well, cassettes. Who buys cassettes, Jason? Cassettes.
Yeah. So let me show you. I broke it down already. It's a rare thing where I get the new stuff home. I drove out and got it today. So there's the whole lot. I didn't realize my camera had focused in on Zoe and not the cassettes. They're actually a little fuzzy. There's a whole lot. I paid $112 for all of them. I've already listed all of these on Amazon for a grand total, when they all sell, of $557.
Nice.
And the rest need to go to eBay, and the rest will sell from anywhere between $75 to $100. So nice. I'm looking at $625 to $700 with a $100 investment.
Nice. I just heard something about OfferUp.
What'd you hear? That
OfferUp and Let Go have combined. One of them bought the other one out.
OfferUp bought Let Go.
Okay. I forgot about Let Go too.
Oh, nice. And that just got some heavy metal cassettes. So if you haven't been on OfferUp in a while, when the show's over, wait till we're done. Go look up your specialty. See what's out there. These cassettes had sat for 8 days and no one noticed them. And he goes, oh, hey, you like thrash metal? I got more coming up. I got records too. I'm like,
whoa.
All right, I'll see you soon.
I did buy something on OfferUp once. It was a machine for Bill back when Bridget's back was hurting, and she got one, and she said, find one of these for Bill. And a friend said, hey, there's one right here. So OfferUp can come in very handy.
Very much so. And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
Okay, I just heard about, my brother got this message because he sells comics, and he got a message. I didn't. So eBay is going to a new system here. It's kind of small if you want to read it, because for trading cards only right now. So if the seller does not offer returns, then the buyer only has 3 days to get that item open and file an item not as described. So you can read read over this chart. Somebody was saying too that this could be because trading cards values drop. So if you bought it and you waited till day 29 and the value dropped, maybe this will prevent something like that. So anyway, so read over it and understand, but it's for trading card sellers right now. And it's got a chart there to show you if you offer 14-day returns, there's nothing's going to change. 14 days after the delivery, but before that's up, that buyer has to let you know this item's not as described. So eBay's helping sellers, and that's good.
Yeah, I just got, as we started the show, I got my little update from Makari. Hey, the shirt you bought just got delivered. You have 3 days to tell us if we need to help you. So,
yeah, 3 days.
Okay, speaking of Makari, make sure to read the description. Now, look, we all are mad at our customers who don't read, but I know we've all been guilty of it too. Because what does this say? Buy in bulk for discounted price. So I messaged him. I go, hey, how many you got? He goes, 9. I go, oh, I'll take them. Wait, I have 10. How about all 10 for $95? I'm like, yes, please. Because I've already sold a bunch of these. And so I already had the listing ready to go. I just got to click relist. And so $95 plus the $11.50 shipping. So about $106 in total output. And let's see how we've done so far. We've sold 4 for $126. 3 for $126 means I have 7 to go. I'm already into the profit.
Nice.
With 7 more. So when someone says quantity discount and you only see 1, make sure to say, what else you got?
Smart. And those all arrived safely?
Yes. Oh, that was going to be my shipping tip. But it's funny they arrived safely because their pack job was even nuttier than the broken one. So if you remind me of someone for next week, you'll be shocked at the packing material they used for those 10 mugs. I totally forgot about that. That was going to be my tip. All right, that's next week's. We already got it. And now it's time for Unseasonably Sold. What did you sell out of season? Okay, think back to last week. We set records across the United States, I think in Canada too, of heat. I mean, it was insane everywhere. The Pacific Northwest, Death Valley either equaled or beat their own highest record ever. Now, when it is so hot that people's shoes are melting to the sidewalk, you know what I am shocked that I sold, that I had listed before winter? Someone thought, you know what I need? I need a vintage corduroy fur-lined coat when it's 117 degrees out.
They must have their air conditioner set so low.
What could have been happening where they thought, you know what I need to go shop for right now? I mean, what the hell? There is nothing in my brain ever when it's 117 that makes me think I should go look for sweatshirts and things.
Do you remember what state it went to?
It went to the Pacific Northwest, actually.
Oh, well, they get a lot of rain.
I mean, it's a heavy duty coat. It's missing a couple buttons. It looked better when I bought it. When we got home and started looking at it, we're like, oh, that's a little off. That's a little, and so we're like, all right, we won't get as much as we thought, but we sold it when it was 117 degrees.
That's somebody that's preparing for the winter already.
Yeah, way ahead of time. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're angry, and sometimes they're just plain weird. Now it's time for the feedback of the week.
Mine was nice. Great buy. New book. It was not a new book. It was a very good used book, but they said new book and arrived in excellent condition and in a short amount of time. Very pleased with my shopping experience. Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. Mine. So it was this tiki bowl. Thrilled with my purchase. It arrived quickly, safely, and is even better in person. Thank you. Now, that's just a very normal feedback, but then she wrote me a note because she saw my seller name, Tiki Pug Music, and her seller name had Pug in it too. Oh. And then she sent me a picture. Where is, hold please. Damn it, I thought I had everything locked and loaded. Oh, there it is. They're just out of order. She sent me the picture of her pugs with the ball.
Oh.
So doesn't that just warm your heart when the customer takes the time to say, hey, fellow pug friend, here's the bowl, here's my pugs. By the way, I'm going to Tiki Oasis. I'm also a performer. Do you have any dresses?
Whoa.
So we're chatting.
A new friend. And see, people don't do that on Amazon, but we do
No.
that on eBay.
No, not at all. All right. Let's get a little housekeeping done and then we'll get our guest in here. But if you're in the Secret Beach and you have not yet watched, that is the wrong housekeeping because we are not doing the Sunday show right now. There we go. If you have not yet watched the Secret Beach Goals webinar for this month, it's going to be our goals for the rest of the year. I want to get everyone participating because when you participate out loud to your peers, your goals, you tend to stick to them and get them accomplished. And all the goals that I have mapped out for you from now to the end of the year are all things that are going to make you leaner, cleaner, meaner, and more robust when you're selling. And that's what I want everyone to do. So make sure if you're in the Secret Beach to go check that out. And then, yay, guess who's finally back from Disney?
Cheers, Peggy.
Now, right away, she goes, hey, can we talk about sourcing on vacation? So I obviously shortened it to vacay because she picked up things in the park. Like we've talked about, if you go someplace, if you live someplace where there are things that not everyone can get readily available, you can then pay for your trip. And Kelly's about to tell us about that because Kelley and her husband take it to a level I didn't even know existed. So let's get to it and let's get her in here. Whoops.
Great picture.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week. I am still failing miserably at that. I got to figure out a new resolve.
I give you 1 week off and you just.
I know. I cannot get the guest in here and I don't know. I got to figure it out because it's too short of a thing. So, all right. Hey, Kelley, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Hey,
welcome to the crazy house.
Yes. Nice eBay polo.
Thank you.
Original logo.
2005 eBay Live.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
all right.
Funny. I was just going to say your dog left and then Craig pops up.
Yeah, no, my dog didn't leave. They are all banned now.
Oh,
They started we have thunder and lightning going on, so they're in the other part of the house barking.
Oh, you do. You're just over the hill from me and you have thunder and lightning.
Oh, yeah. We had thunder, lightning, and a monsoon today, and it flooded our backyard in about 7 minutes.
Oh,
and we had that downtown where I work. We had all of a sudden the sky opened up and there was water.
Send it our way, please.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. So, Kelley, where in the world are you?
I am in Reno, Nevada, northern Nevada.
We're very far apart neighbors.
We are.
So when we first, we'd been in Vegas for a couple of years, and I can't remember how many years ago it was, but Reno had an earthquake. And my mother-in-law was so worried about us. I'm like, your geography a little broke, Ma? I go, you realize how far Reno is from Vegas, right? I go, you could drive from Cleveland to Cincinnati and back. That's about how far it is.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I thought it was close. I'm like, no, there's nothing close to Nevada. Nothing.
No, 9 hours.
Yeah, we didn't feel a thing, Ma. Debbie, how did Kelley pop up in your radar?
Well, we knew each other. We're Facebook friends from years ago. We used to be in another group together. And then I was scrolling, I always watch the thrifting board, and somebody said something about fakes or something. And Kelley started talking about fakes, and then I went, oh, my eyes, I just beeline to good guess, something that looks interesting. And so there she is.
All right, so let's back up just a smidge. When did you start selling online, Kelley?
2000, I think. 2000, 2001, somewhere in there.
All right. So an old timer like the rest of us.
Yeah, been there a long time. No pictures in the beginning,
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, for you youngsters, we bought and sold with just words alone. That was it. So sometimes you got what you thought you were getting, and sometimes, yikes, not even remotely close. And so been selling all this time, and that led you to help businesses sell. And I've done that too. I moved to California, and right before I got there, my wife calls me when I was still back in Cleveland. She said, hey, there's a record store within walking distance from our place. You will love it. I hate it. They have stacks of stuff just everywhere.
Oh, goodness.
So I walked in, and this was 2000. I've been selling online for like 6 months. I walked in. I said, hey, you're going to hire me, and I am going to sell your stuff for you on the internet.
And they went, "What's the internet?"
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon I was just working in the back, getting to sit on a chair all day where everyone else was, working regular retail stuff, walking forever. I'm like, I got the cushy job. So, so you can work yourself into that job. So you work for 2 different pawn shops, right?
Yeah. Same owners. Well,
okay.
Same family that owns them, different owners of each shop. But yes, I work for 2 different shops.
And how'd you end up working for them? Was it the same kind of thing where you're like, you're going to hire me and I'm going to rock your world?
No, I was actually freelancing and one of my projects ended. And I was just looking online one day and saw this pawn shop. And I thought, that sounds like fun. Because I thought it would be easy sourcing. Honestly, I was doing it for myself. Yeah.
Oh, smart.
Oh, yeah. And my interview with the owner was, I have 13,000 pieces of inventory. And my dream is to wake up one day and have nothing to sell. And I thought, game on. And he hired me on the spot.
Well, I noticed an interesting thing about those Pawn Stars. They started the year I was born, 1958.
Yeah.
Long time.
The owners of our store, the parents of the current owner, started the pawn shop in 1958.
Yeah.
Very good, Debbie.
That 1958 always pops out at me. Oh, that was the year I was born.
So what did they say, okay, here's your role, or did you just kind of create your role and say, here's what we're going to do?
Yeah, I created it. The e-commerce is my deal, and we do it my way because I've been doing it a long time. They list stuff and we get banned, and I list stuff, we don't get banned. That's
a good idea.
It's not bad, but it starts out at 3 days, then it goes to a week, then it goes to 2 weeks. Those are the ones that hurt. You can still sell what's listed, but you can't list anything new. And we've done that 4 or 5 times with knives. Knives are tricky.
And is it the length of the knife, the kind of knife?
A kind of knife, yeah. Anything that it automatically opens is a really serious no-no.
Yeah.
Even if you use your thumb to start opening it, if it flicks open the rest of the way on its own, yeah, you can't do that. And of course, stilettos and things that poke people. You can't.
Things that poke people.
Yeah.
Great tips.
Now I did it. Kelly's done it. If you are like, hey, I got this business near me that could use online help, don't wait for them to come looking for you. Go tell them I can rock your world and sell all this stuff. Because I got going so well in the back room. The boss goes, all right, we need to continue this for night shift because I was just working day shift.
Oh.
So he said, hire somebody who basically tags you out as you're leaving. They're coming in. So I hired a girl, and then she would start the second I stopped, and she would just sit there all night and work till close, and just kept on listing. So, worked myself into position and enjoyed just sitting on my butt. I worked retail. I sat on my butt.
Yeah, it's actually nice. I'm actually training for another department right now just to help out. And I'm telling you, I can't stand it. It's like, I really like my office and just sitting in there and listing.
So Kelley, what'd you do? Did you have a regular job of your own before this, before eBay? Were you trained to do anything else?
I have been an accountant for 8 or 10 years, something like that. I also repair coffee and espresso machines. I did that with my husband for years and years. That's when we first started selling online. I would go to these places to fix their machines, and they would say, do you know where to get Torani syrup? Every place now has Torani syrup, but back then nobody had it, the coffee flavorings. And so I asked a couple customers where they got theirs, and they got them in Sacramento. I'm like, I could drive to Sacramento. So I would drive every weekend with my van and fill it to the top and deliver during the week. And then I figured out who the distributor was and had it just, dropped off at my warehouse. And
now that's hustle, Deb. That's hustle right there.
Yeah, you don't get a day off, and you don't get to be sick. People expect you there. They're running a business. Your supplies are going to help them run their business. You can't miss a day. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
All right, so let me check this off. E-commerce special for a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Accountant.
Yeah.
Coffee machine repair tech. I mean, the variety is insane.
Yeah,
they all go together too. You need an accountant when you're an eBay seller.
True.
Yes, that's helped a ton. I've actually gotten other clients help them because I understand where things need to be posted.
Yes, she is.
So how much time do you spend at the pawn shops and do you spend time at both? Like you go Monday I'm here, Tuesday I'm there?
Yeah, I do like half days. I'm always at the main pawn shop during the day on the first half of the day, and then I'll go to the other pawn shop from like 2 to 6. So I get to work like at 7:30, and then try to be home by 6.
Oh, that's nice. And you don't have a long commute because you're right there in Reno.
Well, it's 25 minutes each way. It's not bad at all. And I listen to things like Jason's show when I'm driving. I have YouTube on my cell phone and I run it through my car speakers, so I can actually not miss anything.
Smart.
Keep you entertained. All right. So we are talking about fakes. People will be shocked to know there are a ton of fake tiki mugs nowadays. And so when people see, even Kelley was like, what?
Yeah.
So this started about 10 years ago. A friend from the Thrifty board, the Secret Beach, was sitting in a bar in like Bulgaria. And she sent me a picture of a row of tiki mugs. And I thought, I know that mug. That mug only came in one color, and it's none of those colors. So I know the person who made the mug. I know the person who designed the mug. So I reach out to both those people. I send them the picture. I go, how is this mug in a variety of rainbow colors in Bulgaria? And they're like, shit if we know. So China and like the Eastern Bloc has been ripping off mugs for the last 10 years. And what happens is they only see the flat picture on the internet. So they'll make the mug to look like this, but they'll never know what's on the back or the bottom. So sides, back, and bottom are all smooth because they don't see 360 pictures.
They don't buy one so they can really replicate
Nope.
it? Oh, wow.
No, they just look at pictures and they have them made. So everything can be faked. And so when you're working, how often are you like, hey, pawn shop employee who just took this in, this isn't real?
Yeah, that happens more often than we'd like to hope. There's actually there were 2 items. It happens. It's hard to tell. I mean, huge DVD are 2 grams heavier than it should be. It's not magnetic. You take your magnet, there's nothing. Well, brass doesn't have magnetic properties either. So it's probably a brass or copper coin and it's silver plated.
And they made it look old.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's got all the wear. And I found out today you could buy them on Amazon. I had no idea. I looked this up and it's like Amazon $3.95.
Oh my
Wow.
God. So you didn't give these people any money, right?
No, they did get money.
Yeah, they got money. That's how she has it, Deb.
Oh, that's
it happens. It does.
And the
I mean,
price of
it's
silver
amazing.
right now, this is a worse time to be taking.
It is. Yeah, we took in a whole set a couple months ago of these same coins, and they came from wish.com, which I also didn't know did that. They sold an entire set of fakes. And we bought the whole set. And the way it worked is the guy that brought it in had been bringing in legitimate products for months and months and months. He brought in this fake set. We didn't question him, and we didn't test him, and we didn't weigh it because we trusted him. It's like,
has he been back since?
No.
No, he's done. He's banned.
Yeah. Trust no one.
So a lot of people are saying that YouTube is frozen, but I'm watching it and we're just cruising right along. So what happened to everybody else? I mean, not that I mean, of course I believe you guys, but I quickly jumped in and I'm watching us, and me, Deb, and Kelley are moving.
I just shut mine off because I don't usually have it on during the show. I'm surprised I didn't was getting any feedback from it. But that's
wow. This is weird.
So maybe it's a YouTube thing.
Okay, well, Joe says it's fine there. So I don't know if storms wreak havoc on some people or what, but yeah, it's weird.
Someone said it's back now. Oh,
okay.
Somebody refreshed their browser. Yeah, always refresh. Refresh fixes everything. Except so, they made off of us.
The thing I was thinking about just now with the fakes is you don't know. I mean, you might know, depending on some other conversations. Or you don't know if they didn't know that it was fake.
Right.
Yes, some people. When I worked at a record store, my first record store I worked at was kind of in the white trash area of the town I lived in, and Best Buy was across the street, and people would just steal from Best Buy all day long and bring the CDs over. And usually they do a good job of opening it. And one day we get 2 stacks from 2 different customers. They're the 10 exact same CDs, still sealed with the Best Buy stickers on them. And I got so annoyed because I called Best Buy. I go, hey, is anyone paying attention in your CD section? I have 20 stolen CDs across the street here. I bet you if you go over there, you're going to find the plastic keepers all broken. And so she goes, hold on. She goes, oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of broken ones. Wow. And I'm like, yeah. So I could tell those were stolen, but sometimes they did pretty good at opening them and making sure they weren't still sealed and stuff. Sometimes I didn't know. So yeah, some people, they got somewhere else, not realizing they got until, you guys realize, hey, the silver weighs too much.
Yeah.
When I was a cashier, people would bring in rolled coins. Somebody
Oh,
brought
yeah.
a bunch of quarters. There were quarters on each end, but in the middle was a metal bar. So that taught me to run my fingernail down the quarters to see, they bumpy, are there individuals in there or what? So people come up with all kinds of ways to fraud.
They do. One of the worst ones we had, it's one person, 4 guitars. These were supposed to be $20,000 plus guitars. They were Gibsons and Fenders, and I actually sold them online, and they all came back. And then we had to hire a luthier to come in and dismantle and describe everything. And we got the guy to come back in, and it turned out he honestly did not know. He knew 2 of them. He didn't know the other 2 were fakes. He bought them to resell.
Wow.
And so since he came back in, did he bring the money back?
No.
Hey, could you show the coin again, since that's when the hiccup happened? The hookup. We got the hookup. All right, and tell us about this coin again, please.
So it's a 1904 Morgan silver dollar, and it weighs about 2 grams more than it should, and it looks just like it should. I know there's little things that people that know coins really well can just look at and go, that's obviously a fake, because I've gotten those messages on eBay. And in fact, I had a batch a few months ago that's how I found out the whole batch was a fake, because I got like 7 messages from 7 different people saying, oh, those are a fake. And they don't tell you anything else. So I kept reaching out. Tell me, can you tell me? Can you tell me? And finally, one guy said, look at this, and sent me to a YouTube video that pointed out all the flaws. It's spacing, it's font, it's where they're minted. They make fakes with mint marks that never existed.
Yeah, I mean that's another good. When you think about like the purses and some of the high-end clothing and concert T-shirts,
you
see a misspelled city on the back of a concert tour shirt. That is for sure a fake.
Or cities that weren't on that tour. That's what you
that too. Yeah.
For.
And some cities, like when I was growing up in Cleveland, the arena in Cleveland was 45 miles to the south in a little town called Richfield. So typically tour shirts would say Richfield because it really wasn't in Cleveland. And so when you see those kind of things and you see Cleveland, you're like, it was not in Cleveland. And so those tend to be fakes too. So there are fakes out there everywhere. Now, before you though, Kelley, who was that person that said, hey, employee, that was fake?
It was whoever happened to double check it. And we honestly have a basement at work with 2 floor to ceiling shelf racks that run about, 30 feet long, which is not all of it's fake. Some of it's broken, but we have a lot of merchandise because we never sell a fake ever. We don't call them fakes. We call them copies. Last week, where did I put it here? I've got a Rolex copy, and I was told by my manager, it's a good Rolex copy. There we go.
Now, someone at the pawn shop gave money for it, yeah?
They did, yeah. On this one, yeah, they gave $200.
No.
Because it was a loan. We don't make the prices. We let the customer make the price. How much do you need for that? What will help you today?
Now, I got to imagine that's always been part of that business, though. So you're that's it's when Debbie's when people are like returns, what? There is a part of the business that isn't always positive. It isn't always in the plus column. So we deal with returns. Kelley, the pawn shop she works for, they've always dealt with fake things, and they gotta, you gotta hope you have an expert to figure them out.
It's all jewelry that we did not do our due diligence on and test it correctly. And this is going back probably 10 years, but I end up with it and I bring it home because it's just much easier to sit in my house with a photo studio next to my computer and list it on Etsy. It's costume jewelry, at that point.
Okay, so you can still sell it. I'm thinking, why would you? But it's not real.
Yeah, no. I mean, look at this. This is a beautiful bracelet. It's one of those with the aircraft wires in it, but it's not sterling. If you hold a magnet up to it, it sticks. And it says sterling. That's the bad part about it. It says sterling.
And what's interesting is how long these companies they've been doing this business, and they still can get caught. They still can give money out on something that's not real. And we have so many tools nowadays too, weigh it.
We have a lot of tools. Yeah, we have a diamond tester that it's a little machine and you kind of slide things in like a toaster oven and it tells you if the diamond is real or not. We have a machine called an entropy, and we use that for high-end fashion bags, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, that kind of thing.
Nice.
We test everything. So if we have the tool, we will test it.
And that's good because you don't want to be known as the place to go rip off in town.
Yeah. Right. But Jason, getting back to what you said about selling stolen stuff, I guess California passed a new law where they're not going after people who shoplift.
No, not over. It has to be over $750. So they go up to $749.
Yeah. So they bring in like DeWalt tools and things like that, brand new in the package. We will not take any of those unless they have a receipt.
Oh, smart.
We will not. Absolutely not. We just had a huge meeting on that last week. It says nothing else comes into the building brand new. Nothing without a receipt.
Smart.
Oh, because we can't be part of that. We don't, things come into a pawn shop. They go into, for our company, they go into a system that the police operate called Leads Online. The police department gets 30 days minimum to look at everything on there and match it to cases. And yeah, every week they come in and go, oh, we need to confiscate something. We lose out.
Yeah, that was the same at the record store because people would, Best Buy never bothered to come in, but the morons would steal from their neighbor across the street and then walk over to the record store and trade it in. So we'd get the call, hey, there's a guy in his way and he's going to have these 20 CDs. He just stole them from me. So the guy would show up with the exact 20 CDs. I'd call the cops. I'll tell the guy, it'll be 20 minutes till I get your trade offer. The cops show up and then I'll go, Tom, and the guy would walk up. What's my offer? And I said to the officers, there he is.
3 meals and a cot.
I mean, and that was almost daily. They all lived in the same apartment complex across the street. I'm like,
oh my God.
y'all talk? You guys are dumb. Drive to the next town over. We would never notice.
When I worked at Fred Meyer, I ran the customer service desk, and people would come in like maybe a bottle of perfume or something, and I just knew, and I would hand them the credit slip. I'd say, please fill out your name and address, and let me see your driver's license. I would write everything down. Then I would call a manager, and when the manager got behind my desk, I'd go, blue receive, which means this is stolen. Then we'd call all the other stores in the area and say, so-and-so might be coming by, So yeah, you knew after a while you have to learn. You got to be smart.
Yeah, and we get stuff stolen. I mean, it's a pawn shop. We have, 3 doors they can go in and out of. We had a guitar stolen one day, $14,000 guitar.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they jumped up on a counter and where it was located before. Not anymore. We've moved. They leaned back and they had a trench coat on and they grabbed the guitar, put it in the trench coat. They went to the next pawn shop down the street. We had it back in less than an hour.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
We made a bunch of phone calls. They just held him down there until the cops came and then the cops brought the guitar back. So, we learned too. It's like, okay, these have to be locked up.
Yeah.
So now they're in a showcase. That's why when you go in a pawn shop, everything's locked up.
Well, even at Walmart, all the makeup and everything's locked up now.
Oh, really?
That made me think we were filming Thrift Hunters in Atlanta. We were in a thrift store and they had a locked up case with the really good stuff they got. And we had found some interesting things in there. So we were shooting the scene where the employee comes over, unlocks the case. And as we're shooting, they're like, oh, we got to switch the tape in the camera. And so, it's going to be a few minutes. So we're just standing around. And I told the employee, I go, if you got something else to do, it's going to be about 10, 15 minutes. Go ahead. And she goes, I cannot leave this case unlocked like this because you might steal something. I go, you think my TV show is us stealing stuff around the country on camera?
Yeah.
That's a different show.
Yeah, that's still Hunters.
Yeah, I always tell people, if you're going to steal, don't go to the store across the street, go to the next town. When I was working for the CD store, it was a chain. And then we were putting in computers. This is back in the 90s. We were putting in computers and get rid of pencil and paper. And so I'm working at one of them. And I worked at the whole chain, getting the computer set up. I'm working at one of them, and an employee from a different one from the same company, our company, came in to trade stuff. And I thought, that's very weird. You wouldn't go to the store you work at.
No.
So I called the manager over there. I go, hey, your employee's over here. Now I knew all the employees now because I worked at every store. I said, he's over here trading stuff in. And she goes, what's he got? And I rattled him off. And she goes, holy shit, those just got traded in today. He just stole them all.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, okay. caveat, don't go to the exact same company and try and
that's
trade
pretty
in your
dumb.
stolen stuff, you dummy. Because he got arrested and he lost his job. Like, what a dummy. What an absolute dummy. All right. So weight's a good way to know about fake things if you know your products.
Yeah.
You always have to have, this is the one time I'm going to say, you've got to have that skeptical part of your brain humming when you see high-end purses, when you see high-end jewelry, especially when you see it at a thrift store, at a estate sale, at a garage sale. Can it be real? Absolutely. Have we all found real stuff? Yes. Have we all seen a ton of fake? Absolutely. So if you're going to buy it and you don't know for sure, buy it with the thought of it might be fake and you might just be losing your money. And you can't sell it anywhere. You cannot sell fake purses. You can't call it some funky name and sell them anywhere because you will end up losing your selling privileges, and you don't want to do that.
It's illegal. Very much illegal.
That's very apropos, Lisa. Don't shit where you eat. Very, very true. All right. So there's two other things I want to talk about. The first one, now, we've all sourced on vacation. That's what Mom's going to talk about on Sunday. And most of us have all become experts at bringing empty suitcases or duffel bags. If we're flying, if we're driving, like I got a pickup truck. So when we travel, the bed of the pickup truck has a bunch of tubs in it. So we can just load stuff into the tubs. And then if you get too much, you ship it home. You more than once have done something I have never, ever thought of.
You trade in the rental car, because we usually travel with a rental car. I don't own any new cars, so they're good for around town, but I don't want to wear them out. So we always travel the latest and greatest. But we've done this 3 times. We've gotten too much stuff, and we've traded in the rental car for a U-Haul and driven the U-Haul back home.
Can you imagine you source so much stuff on vacation? You're like, well, goodbye, rental car. Hello, U-Haul.
Yeah. Well, we're lucky. We have the space. I can bring home just about anything. I have an acre, but I also have, 2,000 square foot house and an 8,000 square foot shop. That's 2 floors at the house. That was my husband's dream when we bought this. So I have a place to put, and I have 40-foot storage containers on the property too that are full.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, some people listening live in apartments and condos, and they're like, Kelly's a jerk. Can you hear how much space she has?
Oh God.
So great question from Janet. Do you guys get an autograph items to the pawn shop, like sporting goods and stuff?
We do. And we get burned on them a lot. PSA has a phone number you can call and you can email. And I've done it multiple times. Said, I've got this item. I look it up on your site by number and it doesn't match. And the most common one is where you will see a number with a description on the PSA website and no photograph. And I've learned now that those ones generally are always counterfeit, because that's what the counterfeiters look for. They look for items that don't have a photograph on the PSA, authentication site. But yeah, I've got a Michael Jordan basketball if you're interested.
I bet you'll sell it cheap. Yeah. Now, here's the caveat to that. There is a big business in faking Jordan's autograph and Mickey Mantle's autograph. There is no big business in faking the autographs of the band Kill Hannah. I know you guys love Kill Hannah, but let me tell you, there's not big business in faking the bass player in Kill Hannah's autograph. So when you find autograph CDs like bands like this, it's real. Ain't no one faking Kill Hannah's. It will add to your price a little bit, but bands always sign merch. Smaller bands always sign merch at their merch table after the show. Yeah. That's how they get fans to buy stuff. And so some of these things end up in thrift stores and record stores. So do not worry about spending money to authenticate the third drummer of Night Ranger's autograph. But you got a Jordan basketball. Yeah, you better make sure that's correct, because that's what's going to burn you real bad.
And I've got a bunch of baseballs. I have one that's signed by like an entire team, and every single one of those signatures is not real.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate. I mean, the people that bring them in, you try to trust people, and unfortunately, they're just not always aware that they have something that's counterfeit. Maybe dad gave it to them. Dad got it for them when they were a kid, and they thought it was real all these years.
Yeah. So do you just like dread it when you see people coming in with things, but or are you like, because if they're coming in with baseballs, coins or whatever, the chances are it's fake. So do you just toughen up and be like, okay, I'm going to assume it's fake and I'm going to prove it's not?
Yeah. That's because that's what we're there for. We're not there to give away the owner's money by any means.
No.
We do everything we can to protect the business. I mean, it's a lot of families that, this business supports, and you don't want to make a mistake, but you also don't want to give people a hard time either. I mean, we do what we can do that's fair.
Yeah.
And I don't know the owners, but I got to imagine too, like in that business, there are going to be times where employees take the fakes and they got. And so you can't be mad at it, because in that business, even in the trade-in records and CDs, it's part of it. It's worked into the bottom line because it's going to happen. There ain't no week where it doesn't happen.
You get really tough skin working there. It was hard for me in the beginning. We got a negative and we got suspended. I come home in tears because like that never happened.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then now it's like, oh, a negative. Yeah, whatever. Call eBay. Can you take it off? No. Okay. It'll go away. I just need to sell more.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's how you have to look at it. It's a numbers game.
Yeah. It's just kicking the gut at first, but it's going to go. But you ride a Harley. Why would a negative bother you?
I ride one because I can't stand being a passenger.
Kathy's got a good question. Is there an insurance that covers the fakes? Can you claim that on some insurance and get your money back?
It would have to be a lot more money. It would have to be over $10,000, $20,000. And we just don't do that. We're pretty good about, not getting in that deep.
Oh, good.
We're a big pawn shop. We're not like the ones on the neighborhood corner. Like I said, we're 6,000 square feet on the street level, plus the same on the top and the bottom level. The bottom, nothing but merchandise. Yeah, we have a basement full of merchandise. We have a vault full of jewelry, and then we have an upstairs full of offices. We're a very big business.
Do you have security? Do you have security at your doors?
The security is the staff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we all carry firearms.
You're all armed, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, just like down here. So I'm coming up that way in September. Can I come check out the operation?
Please.
Oh, I would love to see this. So
that'd be fun. I can take you on a tour of downstairs too.
Oh, heck yeah. That's what I was thinking about it. Because we'd already chatted about grabbing a drink, and then I'm like, duh, we'll do that too. I want to see the operation.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Are you do you want to say, are you allowed to say what the pawn shop's called?
Oh, sure. It's Palace Jewelry and Loan. And then the sister store is All American Jewelry and Loan.
So if and when in the Reno area, check it out. Because we have not talked about this, but pawn shops can be great places to source, because essentially Kelley's sourcing for them. They're getting the stuff in, and she's like, we can get more money online, so we're going to move it over here.
And that's exactly what I do. That is my job. If I see something and they've priced it, say at $50, and I know I can get 100 online it goes for $100. I don't waste that kind of money or time.
Yeah, it's smart.
All right, so we're going to end on the fun part here. I mean, not that this wasn't all fun. We're going to do your scores in a minute. But I teased this earlier today. I said, have you ever sourced anything that the second you bought it, you're like, crap? Now, my example earlier was I bought 6,000 records out of a garage in Long Beach when we lived in a 2-bedroom condo, and it filled our dining room for an entire year.
Wow.
I made money, but the amount of work and the loss of a room for an entire year, it wasn't equal. I could have made that same amount of money easier, but I got so excited. I didn't do my due diligence and look enough through them all. And I'm like, there was too much crap to work through. Not as good stuff. So, and we don't have any pictures, unfortunately, but tell everybody what you bought, what happened to your vehicle, and then how it got sold. Please. So
I was very, very new to going to auctions, but I'll tell you what, go to an auction with me. I will outbid everybody because I get really excited. And they had the very end of the auction, one of the last 2 items was a stove, like a wood stove from a caboose, a real train wood stove. I bought it. I'm going to outbid you. I bought it for $80. And then I had to get it home. So I have a Toyota Camry. The guys that work there were very generous. They disassembled it. Each piece weighed like 100 pounds, but that was okay. So we got one piece in the trunk, and then they put a piece in the back seat, and it bottomed out my car. So I'm like, crud, I got to call my husband. So I call my husband, and I'm trying to explain what I bought. He is like, you bought what? Because I'd never heard of it either. I didn't know what it was. He brought down a van. Yeah, it was bad. He brought down our van. We picked it up, and he continued to harass me. I listed it on eBay at auction, and it sold for about $850. I was thrilled.
10 times your money.
Yeah. And it sold to a train museum. And I thought, oh my God, that is so cool. And they had to come get it because we're like, how are you going to deliver it? In those days, I had no idea you could ship it. So that wasn't even an option. So they said, we'll meet you at the train yard by John Esquaga's Nugget in Sparks, and we'll bring a train up. And you can just meet us there and we'll load it in the train. And I mean, that was the most fun thing I've ever had happen.
Now, so, I know no one's got a cooler pickup story than a train came and got it.
Yeah, it was just amazing. And it's I understand it's in a museum in a caboose somewhere in Central California.
Oh,
I don't know if it's San Francisco or if it's on the coast more, or I don't know. I don't remember.
We have a little one close by, and then there's one up in El Dorado. There's a train museum there. So was the train on the tracks?
Yeah.
Did
So
you just ask, was the train on the tracks? Where else would a train be?
No, because I'm trying to figure out, what did you call Santa Fe and say, okay, hold everybody, because we have a train that's got to pick up a stove at this.
No, remember the train yard in Sparks is one of those places where one track goes in and they all spread out and there's like trains parked all over.
I know right where it's at.
You know where it is. I knew you would. And they just came in and they went on one of the side tracks and parked, and we drove our truck across the tracks and took it over there, and two little guys jumped out and put it in one of those big long open cars and strapped it in, and we waved goodbye.
My husband's brother-in-law worked for the railroad for 40 years. He was an engineer. Well, when I read it, I pictured some toy train that on wheels, something somebody created. I'm like, it was really a real train on the track.
Southern Pacific, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And the stove said Southern Pacific right on it. I mean, it matched the caboose they wanted to put it in. It was exactly the one that needed to go in that caboose.
That is amazing. Okay, viewers, top that one.
Yeah. So if you're watching after the fact, if you've had a cool, out of the ordinary pickup, let us know down below, because I got to imagine a train picking it up is going to be a hard one to beat. That's pretty epic.
Anybody sell anything to a sub in the Navy?
That's cool. Yeah, we can try that.
I'll meet you at the edge of Lake Erie. We'll pop up. All right. So people are asking about what's your store name. So of course we're going to share some scores and duds.
Okay.
Let's do the duds first. So Debbie wanted to talk about this because why, Deb?
Well, because I saw $5.95. Is it? I mean, did you expect? It's not an auction, so
It's not. It's a buy it now. Anything under $30, I don't let people make offers on, because honestly, it doesn't pay all the fees and stuff. So no, we just had these coins. They bought several of them actually.
Well, that's why I thought, is it worth your time listing something for $5.95? But by the time you take your eBay fees out of that, so that's why I wanted to see.
Getting rid of merchandise is our job.
Okay.
We only had 22 cents into this. So yes, anything that's a profit. Plus I charge shipping. So that's where I was able to kind of cover it.
Okay.
There's not a lot of sales this low.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the stores.
And then, why is this a dud?
I don't seem to be able to find a buyer for it. And I think because it's tiny. When I bought it,
that was my only thought, because it's a very cool dress. But when I saw the small.
And no offers? No one gives you any offers on it?
No.
30, 34, 36 hips. Yeah, it's not real big.
When I bought it, it was actually a shirt. Somebody had hemmed the bottom up. Like that, all that red at the bottom was hemmed up to where the flowers are. And I brought it home and I thought it was so cute. And then I realized it had this huge hem, and I started looking at it. I thought, wait a minute. I pulled the threads and washed it and pressed it. And it's like, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Well, now that our viewers are seeing it, somebody needs to buy it.
And then, so this one is Alfie's Treasures.
Yeah, that's my store.
So if you're on the smaller side and you want a kick-ass vintage barcloth dress, there you go.
And I bought it because of your show. I never would have picked something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would have picked this up too. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's really nice.
All right, let's talk some scores here.
Oh, the Pottery Barn. Went to an auction. I think there were 9 pieces total. This clamshell is huge, 14 1/4 inches. But it also had a bunch of salad bowls. There were 2 of the large ones and 7 of the small ones. I paid maybe $40, $50 for the whole set, and I've gotten $25 each for the small ones and $70 for this one.
Dang.
And I still have 1 of the large ones left.
Nice.
I like that. Woo! Look at that ring.
Yeah. Do you remember how much that sold for?
That one sold for $400.
Okay.
And we only had like $45 into it. Because again, we don't solicit buying merchandise. We do buy merchandise, but we don't solicit it. People come in for a loan. We ask them what they need, what'll help them today. They tell us, and then they don't pay their loan off, and we end up owning it.
Ah, yeah, smart. That's beautiful.
I like it.
It's quite an ROI.
This must have been one of the okay knives.
Yes. That was fine. We had 20 into it, and we got 125 for it. A Benchmade is one of the best knives to pick up at garage sales and swap meets. They sell for a lot of money. They're collectible.
Nice to know.
All right, I
So
think
go
we're
in
gonna
your
have-
stores, any knives that are listed, then you know you're safe.
Yeah. Linda's excited to come visit now.
Yeah, it's a huge shop.
And finally, a scope. How much did that sell for?
That sold for $1,000. That one we had a
Damn!
little more into. We had 650 into it, but again, it was a loan. They never came back for.
Wow.
Yeah, happens every day. That's part of the thing in the morning. You pull all the expired loans.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they figured they needed the money. They spent it. And they don't have the money to come back for it.
And we contact them multiple times. We don't just, your loan is at 90 days. We cut you off. No, we give you another grace period of another 30 days, and we try to get you to come back in. That's our goal, is to reunite merchandise back with the people that want it. On certain occasions, we had like a family set of silverware, and I was going to list them, and I'm like, I don't want to list them. I just kept calling and finally got a hold of the people, and they came back and bought it.
Oh, they did. So it's kind of like storage.
Yeah, or monogrammed. Yeah.
But this is a great lesson. Even though it's coming from a pawn shop, it's the same kind of thing. I too would have dropped 600 on a scope if I could sell it for 1,000.
Sure.
Because there's profit there. You got to have the pockets to do it. But I routinely buy this box set for over $100. Myself around 300. So wow. I don't mind. Actually, I got to reach out to a guy. I bought 2 of them off him. I haven't got them yet, but 150 each. But I'm selling for 300, and it's just at this point, it's just relist. There's no work involved.
Watch the show. I hope that guy doesn't watch the show.
No, he doesn't. So yeah, we all want to do the Peggy quarter, but sometimes when we don't, you can spend money on things that if you're a hunter, the scope's $1,000 scope. Drop 600 on. When you're all done, you got 300 profit in your pocket.
I bought 28 of these at $1 each because I had to buy an extra one online, but I'm gonna probably sell this set of books for $100. But I put $28 into it.
Yeah, especially when it's quick. I mean, this sold within a couple of days of listing it.
Nice.
Well, we're not selling firearms, Linda. We're just selling the scope.
Yeah, you can't sell firearms on
eBay. Firearms.
And you can't sell firearms on your own website if you use PayPal. So we only sell on Gunbroker using Gunbroker's processing system because we use PayPal in our store website.
Now, do you guys have these figures? Do you ever look at them? What percentage of items don't get picked up?
I have no idea. I don't know.
There we go.
I mean, it's not a huge percentage. I mean, I only know that from working in the vault and seeing how the jewelry moves in and out of there. A lot of stuff gets picked up, but there's still plenty to sell.
I have a question.
It never ends. That's the thing. The parade never ends of stuff.
Right.
Do you have a lot of gold and silver in stock right now?
Not a lot of gold bars or silver. No, the silver, when the prices started going up, it flew out the door.
We have a guy in town that we buy for my stepdad. Any holiday, any gift, we always buy him the 1 ounce silver. And we went in the other day, and the guy looks at us. He offered us a quarter and a dime for like $17. I go, what? He goes, we are wiped out. Yeah. Their safes are completely empty. And I said, well, good grief, call me when you get some more in. I was shocked. All the silver and gold is all bought up.
Yeah. It is. And, we sell at spot price plus 20% on the bars. And that's fair because it's that moment that you're buying it in and you're gambling that it's going to go up.
We were paying $17 or $18 for a piece. And now we're paying $35. We bought one up in Lake Tahoe when we were up there for him. So now I'm going to have to go searching I told them I have an IOU for Father's Day because I can't find it for you.
All right, so let's end on Kathy's question because it's a question that I've seen asked for 22 years of me being online. Why don't people put their own stuff on eBay if they're going to lose it? Or why are these people selling this in this garage sale or not selling on eBay?
Because eBay's hard.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. It's a job. And so you have to work at it. And if you don't know what you're doing, if you tried it once and you did horribly, if you packed using newspaper and your customer got broken mugs, you might just be like, and I'm done. I'm never going to do it again. But those of us that enjoy it, that have skills at doing it, that have excelled at it, like the three of us here, all of you in the chat, to us, it seems easy because that's what we do. But to the general public who have never done it, they're just like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to pass. So
raise your hand if you're not real excited about the listing process. Like, waffle piles because I should be listing, but it's more fun to go buy stuff. Yeah, it is work. You got to, and you don't realize how much work it is until you start teaching somebody. Someone says, teach me how to sell on eBay. And you start talking about it. You're like, holy cow, there's so many working parts, but it's fun.
Well, Kelley, I feel there are so many more stories inside of you that we need to hear on part 2, but I'm definitely going to come up. We're going to get some drinks. Okay. I would love to see the operation. I'm very excited. Yeah, that thought even crossed my head until you started talking like, oh, I got to see all this. This sounds fun.
I can bring you a tip.
But yes.
Yeah. Okay, when you go into a pawn shop, you are the person that's going to set your own price. Start your price at 50% of what you see on the tag. Because I would say to buy it. Yeah. Okay. You see a $1,000 item, offer 500. You'll be surprised how many times that will work in your favor. Great. We do mark up quite a bit because we negotiate. And me personally, I hate negotiating, but I've had to learn to do it working there because I work this floor, probably 3 or 4 times a month. It's just part of the process.
They expect it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the way we work.
That is a great tip to end on because wasn't expecting that. So there you go. Go find your.
I would think 10 or 20%. Ooh, I like 50%.
Go find your local pawn shop.
Because then you find out what they're willing to sell it for. They're not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you I'll give you a $500 guitar for $100 if you ask. But if you offer me $400, I'll take it all day long.
Good to know. I can't wait to come to your store and shop.
Yeah.
Kelley said you'd give it to me at 50% off.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yay. They'll laugh at you if you say that.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Good to see everybody. Please give Kelley a big old thumbs up. We have 114 live right now.
Wow.
If anyone's new, I don't know if I saw any new names tonight, but if anyone's new, make sure to subscribe. Where's my graphics? Hey, there we go. Give us a thumbs up right there. Click subscribe. Click the bell. The bell lets you know when we're going live or when new videos show up. So if you've not clicked the bell, click the bell. It'll let you know when my new unboxing video is going up. And I will give you some knowledge on what was really good in that box and why it's really good for you to keep your eyes out for. So Kelley, thank you very much.
Yeah, I was going to say, if anybody watching has any great show ideas, like, I found Kelley, let me know. Reach out to me. If you know somebody that has a great story, if you want to be a guest, let me know why you want to be a guest and let's talk.
Awesome. And with that, have a wonderful evening. Mom and I will see you on Sunday, 7 o'clock East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. Have a good evening, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.